You clicked on this video, you're watching Two-Time Agent, and I'm trying to blow up incredibly fast, so hit that subscribe button.
All right, we got how the greats lock in. So we got LeBron, Kobe, Shaquille O'Neal, Odell Beckham Jr. Who else we got?
2008 in Las Vegas, Kobe Bryant calls a personal trainer at 4:30 in the morning. Not to cancel, not to reschedule, to train. The trainer gets up, half asleep, throws on his gear and heads to the facility. He figures he'll get there first, set things up, get ready. He opens the door. Kobe is already there, alone, drenched in sweat like
Oh yeah, Kobe was on some different stuff. Oh yeah, he was.
he
Yeah.
just jumped into a pool, and it wasn't even 5 a.m. Nobody told him to be there. No coach was watching, no cameras, no crowd. Just Kobe, an empty gym, and a standard he refused to drop, not even at 4 in the morning, not even in the off-season, not even when he was already the best player on the planet. They trained together for over 2 hours, conditioning, weights. Then Kobe went back to the court to shoot while the trainer went back to the hotel and crashed. The trainer said later that every story he'd ever heard about Kobe hit him like a train that morning. It all made sense now.
And here's the thing, that story isn't about basketball. It's not about being an athlete or waking up at 4 a.m. or any of that. It's about what it actually looks like to be locked in, completely, consistently, at a level most people never reach, not because they can't, but because they never decided to. That's what this video is about, how the greats lock in.
Low-key, I wonder what's the most locked in I've ever been in life. Maybe right now, maybe 2 months ago, maybe a year ago. I guess we'll never know. Maybe it'll be in a month, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I guess we'll never know.
And exactly how you can too.
Here's the thing most people never figure out. You don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. You don't need the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions. You just need to start. And I'm not just saying that. I lived it when making this video. I had this idea sitting in my head for months, and every time I went to actually make it, I'd stop myself. The title wasn't right. The structure wasn't right. What if it flops? What if the idea isn't good enough? So I'd go back to thinking, back to planning, back to
Yeah.
waiting for everything to click perfectly into place. It didn't. Until one day I said, forget it. I'm just going to try. And here we are. That's the dirty secret nobody tells you. Clarity doesn't come before you start. It comes because you started. The people who looked like they had it all figured out from day one, they didn't. They just
Consistency, consistency, consistency.
stopped waiting to feel ready and started moving, and the path revealed itself along the way. Kobe Bryant didn't wake up one day with a complete blueprint for becoming the greatest. He just showed up to the gym before everyone else and figured it out, rep by rep. His first years in the NBA were rough. People forget that. He had
Actually,
games where he shot 4 for 20, but he kept going. The same applies to you. Want to start a business? Launch the basic version today, not the perfect version next year. Want to get fit? Go for a 15-minute walk today, not the full gym program on Monday. Want to learn a skill? Open YouTube and watch one video right now.
why? What is this?
Not after you've bought the perfect course. Because here's what happens when you just start. You get data, real information about what works and what doesn't. You build momentum. You learn things about yourself that
You start gaining XP with a crazy persistence accuracy. Like on a random Tuesday, you start thinking how you would get up on that boy like this and that. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking how you can up it on the next person with precise accuracy. You know?
no amount of planning ever reveals. And most importantly, you stop being the person who's thinking about doing something
and become the person who's actually doing it. In a game against the Washington Wizards, Kobe was wearing a pair of Air Jordans. After the Lakers lost, Jordan tapped him on the backside and said, "You can put the shoes on, but you ain't never gonna fill them," which upset Kobe so much. This wasn't just some trash talk from a random player. This was Michael Jordan, the guy Kobe had studied his entire life, the guy whose moves he'd watched on tape thousands of times. So what did Kobe do? He went completely silent. For 2 weeks, Kobe didn't say a single word to anyone on the team, not even the coaches. He'd come in, train, and leave.
Oh yeah, he was on his. Yeah, no, he was on his type timing when in 2K when you trying to get your handling skills up. No VC or nothing to spend no animations, no nothing. You can't buy none of them or nothing. You just gotta go in that gym, get your attributes up. 60 overall. You just grinding every day on 2K. That's what that is.
His teammates started asking Phil Jackson, "Is he mad at us? Did we do something wrong?" Phil just said, "Jordan, in Washington." He told him he'd never fill his shoes. The teammates looked at each other and went quiet. They already knew what was coming. The next time the Wizards came to LA, Kobe scored 55 points, 42 of them in the first half alone. He didn't celebrate, didn't talk trash, didn't say a word, because he didn't need to. Now, this doesn't mean to cut people out of your life. It means cutting off the things that actually distract you, like social media apps that are specifically designed to keep you hooked and addicted. You can start simple. Put your phone away while you're working, not face down on the desk, in another room, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't trust yourself with that, use apps that lock your social media for a set period throughout the day. You set the limit, and when you hit it, it locks you out whether you like it or not. For example, give TikTok 1 to 2 hours of screen time per day, Instagram 30 minutes to an hour a day, and so on. It sounds like a lot until you actually track how much time you're losing to these apps right now. And here's the thing, you're not giving up social media forever. You're just deciding when it gets your attention, instead of letting it decide for you. That's the whole
Yo, y'all know y'all mom be like, it's that phone. Sometimes it is. Cause I remember, bro, it would be times I'd be getting on Instagram and I would like, it would be this person I had feelings for. And I'd see she just got a boyfriend or something. And that would just hurt me like so crazy to the core as a middle schooler. This hasn't happened recently. I'm saying like this happened middle school wise. So yeah, social media is definitely pretty bad. And that's not even just like, and that's not even the pinnacle of what social media does. You could scroll your whole day away. It's a lot.
game. Kobe didn't let outside noise decide when it got to affect him. He chose. And that choice is available to you too, starting today. Let's be honest and clear about something. At some point during this journey, you will get bored. You'll probably want to stop. The excitement you feel right now, that fire you have after watching a video like this, it will fade. Maybe in a week, maybe in 3 days, maybe tomorrow morning when the alarm goes off and your bed feels too comfortable to leave. That's not weakness. That's just how motivation works. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions come and go like the weather. You can't build a consistent life on top of something that disappears the moment things get hard or boring or uncomfortable. This is where most people quit. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't want it bad enough, but because they were running on motivation the whole time, and motivation ran out. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't negotiate with your emotions. It doesn't ask you if you're in the mood. It just shows up because you decided it would, every single day, regardless of how tired you are, how uninspired you feel, or how much your brain is telling you to take a break. So here's how you can actually build it. First, shrink the task. On the days you really don't feel like it, Don't aim for a perfect 2-hour session.
Yeah.
Just commit to 10 minutes. That's it. Tell yourself 10 minutes, then I can stop. What happens almost every time is that once you start, you keep going. The hardest part was never the work itself. It was starting. 10 minutes removes the resistance and lets momentum take over. Second,
Today, in a month, in a year.
use a streak. Track your consistency somewhere visible. A simple calendar on your wall where you put an X on every day you show up. After a few days, you have a streak. After a few weeks, that streak becomes something you genuinely don't want to break. Apps like Snapchat and Duolingo use these techniques so users keep coming back. You won't skip a day because you don't want to lose the chain, not because you're motivated, but because you're protecting something you built. Third, remove the exit. The night before, set everything up so that starting requires 0 decisions. Clothes laid out, phone in another room, task already written down. Because when discipline is low, friction is your enemy. The easier you make it to start, the less you rely on feeling ready. At the end, motivation will come and go for the rest of your life. That's fine. You don't need it. What you need is a system that works on the days motivation is nowhere to be found. Build that system, and the results take care of themselves.
That's crazy that he said motivation is an emotion, because I never thought about it like that. That does make sense, though, because one day you'll be like, yeah, I'm about to do this, that, and the third. And then the next day you be like, nah, I'm good off that.
Your environment shapes how disciplined you can be. Kobe didn't just train his body, he trained his mind by surrounding himself with people who pushed him. For example, if you do bodybuilding, hang with experienced lifters who will push you harder. If you're into chess, play stronger opponents so you get better faster. Productivity, work around motivated people. You adopt better habits. Kobe said, "I'll do whatever it takes to win games, whether it's sitting on a bench, waving a towel, handing a cup of water, or hitting the game-winning shot." Notice how he adapted to his environment, but also chose surroundings that supported excellence. So, for you, surround yourself with people who lift you up and build spaces that
I'm not gonna hold you. Hold on. This saying right here is a little crazy. Like, I gotta be a ball hog. I'm not gonna hold you. But this just shows people's characters, though. Are you gonna sit on the bench to watch your team win? Or are you gonna get out there and try to let your team? I don't know.
cup of water or
I was about to cook with what I was about to say, but I low-key, it went out my mind. Blah, my mind.
hitting the game-winning shot, surroundings that supported excellence. So, for you, surround yourself with people who lift you up and build spaces that remind you of your goals. That's why your surroundings can either boost your greatness or limit it.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.
I'm launching my web.
Wow, that was a crazy video. No, I'm trolling. That was an interesting video. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, and we out.